Hello and welcome to this episode of In the Clutches of the Cult. My name is John Gerdebed. I'm Final Boss Fights GM for this campaign. We rejoin the action as the mysterious Sage offers a seat to Steel.
Sage just sits back down and offers Steel a seat, passing some ale to myself. And would you like some oil?
Oh boy.
Just gives the most, as much of a derisive look as he can.
He's human.
How dare you insult my people?
He's human, Danny.
Require oil.
Oh, that's fair. It's fair. I don't know. I've never seen a man of your stature before. If you don't mind me asking, what are you?
I am a forged.
I've heard of your kind, but never actually, met you in person. It's very nice to meet you. There must be many of your harbingers to yourself.
There were some.
It's very nice information to know. I'd probably like to study you a bit more. But anyway, on the subject changed.
Naked?
Please tell me. What do you know? What information can you give me? And I'm sure that your information will be greatly rewarded.
The mayor was dead in his bed.
The mayor was dead in his bed.
He apparently walked in of his own accord. He was not coerced or forced. He went to sleep. He did not wake up. There was no sign of forced entry. There was no sign of breaking or entering. However, upon investigating the back of his neck, I found a small puncture wound.
How small? What are we looking at? Needle?
Pinprick at best, I think.
Via injection, poison. This opens a lot of information.
It was enough, obviously, to kill him, but a small enough dose that he could come into his house of his own accord, lay to bed, get ready, and get into bed, and then sleep.
So he must have died in his sleep, or maybe some sort of. I'm thinking about it. It could be poison, could be anything. This is very information. And then Sage just gets out a little notebook and just starts writing down stuff.
There is also this. He pulls out the ones that he's actually using, he's got that kind of sat on his shoulder anyway, so he takes one of the little mechanical spiders off of his shoulder, kind of taps it, and the symbol of a raven, like a crudely carved raven, appears.
Do I know this symbol?
No.
Okay, I'd like to do an insight check on this. Or it would be insight or intelligence, what do you think? I'm gonna go insight because I've got a 4 in that.
Insight's more for like.
Yeah, that's be reading people.
That's reading, yeah. So.
I would say that would be I'll give you a religion check.
Religion check, okay.
It's crudely carved, but it bears a slight resemblance to certain ways that the Raven Queen is depicted in certain iconography.
This was carved on the doorframe of the mayor's bedroom.
Just writing it down. Doorframe of bedroom. Inside or outside?
Inside, I believe.
Yes.
Inside.
Inside the bedroom, inside the house.
What's the raven?
So someone had gotten into the house, however, they were not breaking in.
Does the Raven Queen have another name, or is she just called the Raven?
She's also known as the Weaver of Fate. 1 minute, trying to just look up all of her other sobriquets.
And Steele knows about. I take it.
The most feared name of all, Doris.
Not Doris.
Raven. Doris.
She is. Yeah. Mostly just the Raven Queen or the Weaver of Fate.
This is new news to me, new information that very valuable, should we say? But I've seen the insignia before, but not a lot. So thank you very much, Man of Steel, or Man of Metal, shall I say?
I go by Clark Kent. No.
But on the other subject, please tell me, now that that you've given me this information, I'm kindly able to give you my service, if that makes sense. If there's anything I can do for you, I'm sure that, joining you, as partners, we can gather more information. If you're looking for this culprit.
We are currently on the lookout for I believe, by what I've been informed of, a certain group of cultists that have stolen the body of a child.
Oh. Interesting.
If you have any information about that, it would be greatly appreciated.
That I do not. I've come all the way straight from Neverwinter, so unfortunately I cannot help you there.
It was in Neverwinter? Were we in Neverwinter?
Waterdeep.
Waterdeep.
Waterdeep, yeah. Do you know this child?
Personally, I do not. But
So
one of our traveling companions was rather close to her.
I was going to say it's very strange for you to be interested in some minor cultist and a child. That's just like a normal, typical day anyway here.
From what I understand, they caused a great deal of destruction in a temple within Waterdeep just to get the child's body. It is suspicious.
Ben also asks in the chat, does Steel dream of electric sheep?
What is electric?
I just see Luna do Ray of Frost. Is that directed to me?
Yes.
Right, okay. Okay, hang on, let me see if I dodge it.
Single time.
Absorb elements.
Yes, you would do.
That would hit me.
No, you would avoid that.
Yeah, avoid it. Yeah, I was gonna say avoid that. So this Ray of Frost just comes out of nowhere, and I knew it was coming. I've got like some sort of observation hockey shit, and I just backflip and just start. Show yourself now.
You say that as if I'm hiding. What do you know?
Only a coward will hit someone from behind.
Coward? Do you have anyone here even here?
Just note, guys, it's gonna be a new count. I think it's gonna be Luna's satanic laughing. Okay, that's that two-way.
Tell me what you know, and
Don't
I'll
know.
let you live.
How about you just let me live? Because let me live.
Cultist?
Why don't you just let me live? Because I don't know anything about your precious little girl. I'm
Tell
here.
me what
talking
you
to
know
this-
about the cultists.
Do I know anything about these cultists, John?
No.
There you go. I do not.
See,
way
poison the
you
guy.
said
See? The voice in our heads say I don't.
The way he said it, though, like it
I'm-
sounded like he knew something.
I'm talking to the man of metal here. So if you could just go and do some
And the
shopping
man
or
of
something.
metal is my traveling companion.
Oh. You know, Sage is just swigging his bottle. Ooh. So you got him to do your dirty work?
No.
Is he the muscle?
No.
I can see that you have the body for it as well.
That one'll hit.
That one will hit me. Deal some damage.
Do it.
Deal some damage. Go on.
And he's dead.
Damn it, I know I should have made him roll a level 1 character.
Unconscious. Hang on, let me just.
Did I really knock his ass out?
No.
No.
Okay, because I was gonna say,
for
but I.
for a level 12 character, we have 19 health. There's something seriously wrong.
What
I'm
Luna
just-
was gonna say next was wholly dependent on whether he was still conscious or not.
I'm just gonna, obviously that did hit me. I'm just gonna look and go. Okay, I've got this coat, so you keep me warm. A bit chilly today. Is that all? Or would you like to talk? No, it's just a multiple ring of frost. Why don't you just calm down?
They took my child.
Your child.
My child. Tell me what you know.
Well, it's nice that you're having a child, not out of wedlock as well. I can see with that lovely ring of yours.
The man who got it had
The person who
great
gave you that
taste.
has great taste.
But anyway, that is not my decision. Just a good observation.
Ray of Frost just goes wide.
From several streets away. My cabbages!
Just a bird plummets out of the sky.
See, now I've touched the soft spots. You're angry because you can't do anything about it. But
I can if you would tell me what you know.
okay then, put the spells away.
And with that, I'm going to cut into this scene because elsewhere, Milo is breaking into, or trying to get into, the abandoned Whalver's wagon works. So, Milo. Everyone left the halfling unattended, so
Oh no.
Oh no, it's on
No.
fire!
Oh no.
Milo, you climb the fence into Whalver's wagon works.
I'm actually going to talk to this one.
Yay. You find a cluttered and untidy shed with about half a dozen unfinished wagons at various stages of construction, surrounded by various tools. It basically looks like whoever worked here just one day stopped coming in. Just everything has been left where it used to be. As you enter, just a flock of various birds just takes to the sky.
Where the area is, please, real quick.
It is right here.
Okay.
Right
Yep.
there.
Looking at that.
So just as the fight in the street breaks out, just a flock of various birds, crows, pigeons, all sorts, just flies out of this shed building.
Milo actually kind of just left his staff with borrowed, and he hasn't actually taken them. So he basically doesn't have the staff with him. He's just completely forgotten all about it. So he was like, "Let's go to the."
You know
this
what you
place."
do have?
The wand.
You know what you do have?
I do.
The very, very cute dragon bone wand that Borrowed made you.
He's got that out actually. Thanks.
Ah, yeah, he did. I'm here to remind you.
The cluttered shed is covered in bird droppings.
Ugh.
So much poop.
Gross.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for any kind of force of entry or any kind of thing that looks way out of the usual besides the stuff now.
Besides the one that you just did.
It doesn't look like people have been trying to get in. Like, there is a broken window that might serve as an entry point, and you can make me an investigation check.
Gimme. 19.
Okay. Yeah, the place looks like it's been mostly abandoned for about 5 or 6 years at this point. It does look like at one point the broken window in the shed was used as an entry point, and probably from the number of discarded glass bottles on the floor, somebody or a group of somebody's, probably with that role you work out probably people that were not quite old enough to be drinking, broke in here to do drinking out of the way.
Try and get in the room, like get in the house. Get in the
Okay.
basement.
Roll me an athletics check.
Oh god, here we go. No. Okay.
Yeah, you managed to scale up the side of the building and just sort of sling yourself in the broken window. It's not that difficult to get inside. Everything is covered in various layers of bird poopy.
Just so you know that he's actually got his hood up as well, so he doesn't get his face. He doesn't.
Okay.
Doesn't show his face, so he's kind of used to
There are, as I say, there are 6 wagons. Sort of, one of them is pretty much just a frame of a wagon. One of them has the doors on. Sort of, one of them has no wheels. And then there are the offices that just have sort of paperwork spread out.
Is there anything on the paperwork or anything like that? Anything that caught his attention?
You can see sort of a lot of the on top paperwork is sort of standard invoices, materials for wagon building, and then invoices that they, like their copy of invoices they've sent out to clients for orders of wagons. You go through it, and you do notice a lot of payments to the same couple of people. Almost as if large amounts of money were being circulated between very specific people in town.
Okay.
But you can't quite tell with this paperwork
Being so covered in poop.
exactly what the details there are. You've just got sort of a lot of orders from the quarry for new wagons, and you've got a lot of orders from a lot of times they've ordered the same building materials in, from what you can sort of make out with the orders that they have ordered a lot more materials than they need from a certain client.
Client. What's the client? Is it like kept repeating, or is it basically just?
It's the same client. It's one of the other businesses around town, or from the paperwork. You don't remember. Bless you. You don't remember seeing them in town anymore. But one of the other businesses with an address in Red Larch that used to deal in timber and wood.
Okay.
But as I say, they don't seem to have a front-facing sort of customer business. They're sort of they supply the people who manufacture things. But if they were ordering that much wood from them, either they were grossly overpaying for the amount that they needed, or there was some other reason for them to be giving this person large amounts of money, and sort of it's been written off in the books as we're paying for materials, so that it appears in the books officially.
Is there a name popping up that seems to be the one? Is there like a name that becomes like quite suspicious?
One of the names that does become suspicious is not written. Is it written in these notes? Dornan.
Can you just write that down in the chat?
I can indeed. Dornan.
Is there like any information on Dornan that might be like an address or anything like that?
He owned the quarry.
Has Milo know of the quarry yet?
Milo wouldn't know of the quarry at the moment, no.
He's got to look around more to see anything more suspicious.
While you are looking around a little bit, you hear the sounds of Ray of Frost just being cast in the street. Sort of.
I look out one of the windows that shows where the noise is coming from.
You hear a bird just fall dead on the...
You see a little way, or most of the way down the street.
Also, the fact is that Milo always have to bring like some sort of chair with him in order to look at them.
like a little
He's
box.
Good night, Ben.
Bye, Annie.
Milo starts working. Time to get this business going again, says Ben. You see about, halfway down the town, Luna is flinging ice ray of frosts at...
Where is that directed to? Like, if I'm looking at from, I don't know, if I'm looking at here or something.
Yeah, they are about here.
Can I look from, is there like a direction, is there any other direction I can see from my point of view? Am I like on the top area?
You could climb on top of the building.
I do that.
Like the building has a lattice roof, so it's not like covered over.
Okay, I do that. I climb up to the roof and have a good look around, actually, have a good look out.
Okay, you look out from the rooftop of the shed. You can quite clearly see that Steel is stood in the street as Luna is attacking someone that you don't recognize. Other than that, you do notice Borrowed is sort of one street over in a different shop. Just being elsewhere right now.
Shopping away.
Currently just haggling over, yes, it's reasonable to saddle 4 griffins. What are you talking about?
I mean, it'd be interesting the fact is that, because normally, whenever Borrowed goes, Milo follows. And normally, I would probably say that Borrowed would probably feel the actual presence of Milo out. I'm actually quite surprised he hasn't felt that Milo's actually left him completely. Like, no one has
he's
known
oblivious.
him.
He's oblivious.
Because he normally just follows Borrowed everywhere when there's stuff happening.
He does also have the Milo staff just sort of like across his shoulders, and he's just sort of like hanging it there, just sort of like swaying a little bit as he's talking to this person.
I am then gonna explore a little bit more on the terrace to see anything out of the ordinary. Like, is there places that you might see as interesting?
Could you give me another acrobatics check?
Acrobatics? Why?
Because this wasn't entirely meant to be walked around on top of, so it's a little bit.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Oh no.
You start to shift round, and you can sort of see out on the sort of the outskirts of town, sort of where the small village of Red Larch turns into farmland. You can see you assume a large pit in the ground that at one point was probably a quarry. You can see a rundown little cottage at the edge of town.
House on Maple Street.
That draws your attention just before you place one foot on a slightly awkward direction and just slip and fall off the roof and land heavily in the on the desk in the office that sort of crunches, and the legs just
Wait,
And-
leg hurts? Did I hurt my legs?
the legs of the desk just buckle under your suddenly dropping from the roof.
You're
And-
Tell me
You'd-
I actually somehow break something. Do I break an arm? Do I break a leg?
You
Come on.
broke the legs of the desk. You take 6 points of damage as sort of the wind is knocked out of you.
Do I hear this? Does anyone hear this?
Give me a perception check. Steel and Sage and Luna, you're at disadvantage. There's something slightly more pressing happening where you are.
Yeah, I realise, but still. Apparently 19 regardless.
Nah, I've got like I'm a bit chill.
Cool.
So Luna, Steel, and Borrowed, you hear a loud crunch of wood from over this way.
Distinct sound of a halfling falling.
That's very
Feeling-
suspicious.
Would Milo have yelped as they fell?
Yes.
So you hear you hear
Sounds like kind of because since he's still got a bit of like the voice of a little bit of feminine, he's probably sound a little bit like screeching like. Still.
Ah!
Borrowed would then realize that Milo is not right next to him. Apologize to whoever's the leather worker he's talking to, and sprinting over to where he heard the noise.
Same here. Lunar's mother senses are tingling, and she goes running.
Imagine Tamara being
I
a
have to
teen
go
though,
safe.
guys.
Yeah,
A
Steel
small
would.
child is in danger.
Steel would also head over.
Sage, you're oblivious as to what's
Kind
happened.
of indicating to Sage, you can come along if you really want to.
But guys, everyone, Milo is 23. He's not a child. He's an actual adult.
Yeah, but 23
Yeah,
is
but
still
We
young.
know that.
That's still a
And-
baby.
Lunar's in angry mother mode, so she really doesn't care.
Maternal senses.
And he's a halfling, so like he's small.
He's still got kid like.
You arrive at a abandoned shed. It's covered in bird poop and has a broken window.
So much bird poop. It's just- People have been feeding the birds around here.
Birds poop a lot in 10 years, let me tell you something.
Borrowed is going to do the whole levitate trick to get to sort of see the hole where Milo fell through.
Whoop.
Steel's just going to walk up to the door and try and kick it in.
Do I actually find as before I fell? Do I actually see a quarry at some point?
You did see what looked to be a quarry, yes.
Where?
It would have been out in... Where is the quarry, guys?
I don't know,
This one. It's literally this one.
Is it that one?
It's the big one that looks like a
This
quarry.
one?
That looks like a half a quarry.
That's a market.
That's not a quarry.
That's a quarry right there.
This
North
one
of-
is. Alright.
Yeah, this is.
I've played
This here down the south is where they stone.
I mean, there's got piles of shit in here. It's but that could be where the birds have moved to.
Woohoo!
This is the quarry.
Alright. Either way, Steele's going to go to the door and try and kick it in.
Okay, Milo, you spot as you just sort of lay on your back, going.
Hey, I'm gonna say something real quickly.
Oh!
Borrowed is going to gently float down to Milo.
About 10 years previously. Milo, as you just sort of lay on your back, just catching your breath, a green tiefling just floats up into the field of view, and you see Borrowed floats over to the top of the roof.
An angel? Kick the door.
Roll me a strength check. Yes? The door just goes.
Lunar just follows in after Steel. She's like, okay.
And you told me to be careful.
I just got curious, that's all.
Milo's just laying on his back on a broken desk, surrounded by paperwork.
Into a ball right now. He's kind of curled himself in a ball right now in pain. He's like, oh.
Steele looks around. I question the diet of the birds in this area.
Is anything broken? Are you okay?
I don't know, but hey, I found something. I found something interesting. It might be something about this this thing.
What did you find? And can I make a medicine check on Milo just to see if anything's broken? If, like,
Yeah, roll me a medicine check.
Okay. Oh, he's got kind of high wisdom.
Look,
Other than that,
when Steele left, he did turn to Sage and say, "You can follow us if you want to."
Oh, okay. I'm just at the back.
And you just witness fucking Steele just literally walk up the door, kick it in, and just walk.
He
Borrowed.
stops right
No,
where it's-
nothing's broken.
nothing's broken. Okay.
I see that we have a thief trying to enter this abandoned house. What are you trying to
Dead, you twat.
Borrowed is going to help Milo up.
Sorry.
Excuse me. Can I just say that did you actually enter this property by force, or did you sneak
What are
in?
you, a cop?
Who's this guy?
Are you a narc?
I just look
I
at
mean-
Mar and
What are you, a
say-
town guard?
I just look at Mar and
Us?
said, who is this guy? He's not like that guy, is he?
No, he's just some weirdo who's really obsessed with dragon chess.
Really?
And
does
Steel,
seem
Obsessed with
very-
dragon chess.
He
I
does
just
seem
look.
to have a very unnatural liking.
We actually haven't really realised what he actually looks like. Is there a description of what Sage actually looks like? Because I'm trying to
Okay.
pinch him.
Okay, so
He's an
I'll-
old
I'll
guy.
no. Basically, Sage is he's 27. He's a bit of a bulky guy. He's about 5'11", blue eyes, white skin, and brown hair. But it's kind of hard to see because he's got his cloak always over him. So all you can see is his face and hands.
I'll share the picture.
No,
Share the
no.
picture.
Legit question. Does he just look like a D&D version of a neckbeard?
Neckbeard.
Share the picture, please.
Just show the picture. Just show the picture.
Oh damn!
That's,
Oh damn! That looks pretty bad.
does he even have a face? I can't even.
I have a face. You can. Yeah, no. I had my hood on.
There is a face in there somewhere.
Somewhere.
So
That looks
he's
cool.
the D&D version of a himbo.
My question is, what kind of class are you? Because I'm trying to figure out what class are you?
That's a very rude question to ask.
Yeah, you wouldn't possibly know such a thing.
You wouldn't know such a thing.
You guys hear a voice from outside. In the name of the watch, come out with your hands up.
Oh, so those are the actual cops. Okay.
Not this fake ass one.
Molly kind of gets really, really panicky.
Guys,
Borrowed will.
guys, let me just sort this out, okay? You go and do your thing. I'm just going to talk to the rest. Gentlemen,
Borrowed will.
this is a misunderstanding. This is my responsibility. I left my keys in there, and I had to go and get them out. And this man of steel got them out for me. So
You left your keys in a building that has been abandoned for nearly 10 years.
yes,
Milo.
my
actually, like,
persuasion is actually really shit. Like, I'm
Milo
actually shocked
actually-
at this.
You get cut off by saying Milo just like, it was me, I was curious, I was just investigating, I just heard some rumors and I just had to go check it out, you know. I didn't see anything, I swear, I promise. Like, you see that he's basically just trying to hold the set.
It's just really annoyed.
There's a gruff older man in sort of armor, and sort of flanking him are two younger men in the same style of armor, same designs. Clearly, this is at least 3 members of the town watch. Are you adventurers?
Yes.
Oh, we hate adventurers.
Oh, we hate it.
My name
To the death penalty for you.
My name is Halvard, and I am the head of the watch in Red Larch, and... Sorry. Halvard, with an A.
With the A.
Do you have a license to operate in this area?
I do not. We do not have a license.
I have a serious question.
Yes.
What's a license?
I just get.
What's a license?
Why do adventurers never fill out the paperwork?
There's paperwork?
Yes, there's paperwork. Do you... Oh, God.
I have a second question.
What is your second?
Paperwork.
You can just see he's just getting more and more distressed.
You adventurers come in every day, every week.
Do you
Thinking
think
you
there
own
is
the
no
place.
accountability for the things that you don't, do you?
Third question.
What is accountability?
Bingo. Is it
Okay,
like
clearly you're not in
consequences?
charge.
Green.
No.
Green.
I don't know what gave you that idea.
Greenhorn man.
I'm just handsome. That's all I do.
Greenhorn man. That is handsome. Please let me address the situation.
I don't know what's happening with this strange man in the armor, but we're here for one reason and one reason only. A cult from this area attacked Waterdeep and stole the body of my child.
Actually, she attacked me first, so she should be punished.
Shut up.
I don't care.
I think you
Uh,
can
Fine.
I can help you with the paperwork. We can speed things up.
At what point do you need paperwork to rescue a stolen child?
When you are not the watch, when you are not the duly appointed law enforcement.
So you're intending to save the child on your own then? Or you're much
You
worthier
going
guy?
to get her? Do
Are you
have
going to
information?
stop?
No.
That's what I thought. Then you need to fill out the paperwork.
I'm not going to waste my time on paperwork when my child needs me. So either get out of my way or help me. It's up to you.
I will help you if you help me.
Young lady, can I just interrupt you there for a minute?
Milo, make me a stealth check.
Okay.
Does
I'm
Borrowed
really good
still
at this.
have does Borrowed still have Milo's staff then? Have you just sort of like given it back to him and he's just absentmindedly just taken it again?
Hey, I'm just making sure I've got it. Is it stealth? Yeah.
Stealth.
I could just see Milo just like.
Oh no.
Stop right there.
You're making it worse.
You are not let off this just yet.
Actually,
You panicked and be like, "Yup, yup, 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 yup."
oh,
By the way, I forgot to do this to Borrowed, but I actually I've held the paper that had the name of Donan and the quarry. I've kind of like circled it, and I've just put it in Borrowed's hand before I left. But I was like way before we actually went out again, so I was like, give it to Borrowed.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Okay.
Runs off, but I go to the different direction. I don't go to the direction of the quarry. I ran off somewhere else.
Actually, I think I have some paperwork in my pocket.
I have a situation that needs to be addressed.
What's
If you go and investigate it, I will hurry your paperwork through.
We love doing things in exchange for other things.
How about I just give you this documentation?
Feathergale Spire
Damn it.
is a tower located in the Desserin Valley.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Years ago, it was used by members of the Cult of Howling Hatred. They may be the ones that attacked Waterdeep. I don't know. I've heard rumors. I've heard rumors that the tower has become active again.
Out of character.
Just opens his hand up. And just takes-
No, I haven't realised that Milo's just ran off, and it could easily be now fugitive.
I would have assumed that some guards would have chased after him.
Yeah.
Out of
And with
character.
them assuming being human, they would be able to catch him with only 25 feet of speed.
Let's
compared to
check
30.
that. Let's check that, John. Let's see if he's able to get caught real quickly.
Okay.
What do I need to roll? The fact is that I need to run
Athletics.
away and
It will be a dexterity athletics.
athletics. Yeah,
Yeah.
17.
Okay, bear with me a moment while I find a suitable. Where's my town's guardsman? No, that's Luna.
Luna catches him instead. Oh no, you don't, young man. You're being naughty.
So they, one of the two gentlemen behind Halvard just runs off at a sprint as Milo takes off. And Milo just manages to bob and weave through people and just is pulling away from the guard. Milo, can you make me another athletics check?
Boy, here we go. Boink.
15.
Oh, not bad, not bad.
You bob and weave, but this time the guardsman, the path is sort of opening up for him as he is running and shouting that he is the guard and part way, and people are starting to part in front of him. So he is starting to catch up to you.
Oh boy.
Could you make me another athletics check?
Here we go. There it is. Fun waiting.
He is getting closer.
The cabbage cart has pulled out in front of you.
Roll me another athletics check.
Oh god, this is gonna be fun. There we go. 10.
It's getting lower and lower. It's getting lower and lower.
Unfortunately, at this point, he catches up with you and just slams a hand heavily down on your shoulder.
Ooh.
I I would suggest you come peacefully.
Rumble. Investigations.
Assault! Assault!
I'm a child. He's assaulting me. No, I'm not gonna do that.
You can come back peacefully, or you can come back with cuffs on.
I can see Milo's face all scrumbled up and all dirty as well.
Just come back peacefully.
You can come on peacefully, or you can come along with cuffs on, depending upon how you're feeling now.
Calderax.
Calderax, get out of here.
Oh, wait.
No, this is Calderax. Get the fuck out, Calderax. No.
Milo
no
only
Malfoy in
likes
here.
it when Borrowed breaks out the handcuffs.
But to be honest, the handcuffs won't even gonna work because his hands are too tiny, so it's just like.
I would assume they have various sized cuffs.
I just-
highly doubt.
Just a whole set of handcuffs, like these are the Dragonborn ones, these are the human ones, these are the halfling ones.
So it's like I'm only saying that with these, like with this a world like this, surely they would have like either adjustable ones or
Yeah, they'd have to have something.
otherwise they'd never be able to catch anyone of a small stature
Yeah.
Or anyone too large.
or anyone too large.
Milo will come back peacefully.
He will just stand behind you with his arms crossed.
Looking very disappointed.
So, Mr. Guard Captain,
Halvard Wolfstan.
Mr. Wolfstert, I came over here to see if my friend was okay, and now seeing that he's just run off. Oh, he was caught. Cool. Can I go back to? I'm currently in the middle of haggling with the fine people over at that leatherworking shop for griffin saddles. Can I go?
Did you break into the building?
Technically, no. I floated into it.
But
After it was broken into.
After it was broken into.
you were inside a building unlawfully.
Not unlawfully. I wasn't going in there to steal anything. I was going in there to simply check if my friend was okay.
You may go back and continue bartering,
Thank
but
you.
will you please investigate Feathergale Spire?
Oh yeah, you have my word. And then Borrowed walks off.
Does his word work for the rest of you?
Fine.
I guess I can tag along with this. With this lot.
We're
Okay.
investigating the cultists. It stands to reason that we would investigate this.
Milo tries to follow Bard.
The guardsman that caught up with you just keeps watching as you go. But as long as you stay with Borrowed, he doesn't chase you.
Good.
Sage
Borrowed
puts
would
his
just-
hoods up. He just puts his hoods up and just puts his hands in his cloak and stops. But like really far on the right, away from. And I think Luna's just still giving me evils, thinking, why is he with us?
At this point, Lunar has stopped caring about your. He's more concerned about Briar, no offense.
No. Well, you know, he's just met you. It's just ice. That's it.
Yeah.
Why did you run? You know you was gonna get caught anyway. You're so tiny.
He's not there. Unless you followed him. Unless you followed Bard on my like.
Oh, wait, you're with us, right?
No, I'm with Bard.
Oh, okay.
I went
alright.
back to go
Oh,
discuss
by the
more
time-
about griffin saddles.
Oh, okay. So I've gone with. Okay, fine.
Sorry
just
about that.
follow.
No, anyway, I'm not paying!
The pungent smell of tanned and oiled leather fills this crowded workshop. The walls display all of the leather items I listed earlier.
Very cool.
Owned
It smells bad in here.
owned by the founder's granddaughter, who oversees the skilled staff. Chancerals is the best Red Larch harness maker. It is currently owned by a Phaedra Chancerl, who wears a carved and stamped leather suit of armor of her own. And she's just festooned in pouches with sharp knives and awls and punches that are strapped around her torso and arms and legs. She looks like a cross between a leather worker and an adventurer ready to go out to fight if she only was able to fight with leather working gear.
I've seen it done. Terribly sorry for all that.
Quite all right.
So where were we? Griffin saddles and a jacket, I think?
Yes. Well, I mean, Griffin saddles, that's an interesting piece of custom work.
I mean, I can get them all down here if you want to do sizing and stuff.
I mean, how tame are they? We could just work with measurements.
Pretty tame. I've been working on them for a couple of weeks now.
A couple weeks.
A couple of months at this point.
Couple of months at this point.
I mean, you say there's 4 of them.
Yes.
Materials and all. That would be 250 gold for the saddles.
Okay.
And for doing that custom work, I could throw in a coat for another, say, 10 gold on top.
Oh, it wasn't a really. No, it was a new coat. Yes, sure, yeah, I can do that. One of the longer, cooler ones, you know.
Sort of a long coat.
Yeah, one of those.
Okay. Well, if we could get the measurements for the griffins, or if you could bring the griffins down.
Yeah.
I have wanted to see a griffin, actually.
Well, you'll get to see 4. I should mention. 2 of them have a thing for. They're tame. No, they're tame. How much do you said it was total?
260 gold.
Okay. Platinum is 10 gold per 1 piece of platinum, right?
Yes.
Okay. I give her 280 platinum. No, 28 platinum. 28 platinum. 28 platinum.
Her eyes just go wide at the amount of money that you've sort of just casually pass around. And she just starts getting the leather workers that are in that day starting to prepare to make the saddles and equipment. And they say that it'll be probably about a week.
A week? Okay. Just give me about an hour to go get all 4 of them, and I will meet you back here. Well,
out the back, we'll be able to measure them out the back of the building.
Sure.
Better than in the street.
definitely.
Ransacked griffins.
How
Red
long will
Large attacked by fleet of griffins. Read all about it.
Milo, do you want to help me with the griffins, or do you want to stay down here?
I nod. Helps.
Thor says, after handing over the gold, walks outside with Milo, snaps flare into existence, casts levitate on self, and just puts Milo on his shoulders and just flies away.
Whee!
Away.
I must go. My people need me. So you spend about an hour fetching the griffins down, and another hour or so wrangling them to make sure they stay calm enough to be measured for saddles.
Only minimal maulings occur.
Yeah, only minor injuries.
Which one's the mean one? There's always one. mean one.
There's one like really mean one, and one that just kind of has a talent for pecking at fingers.
What was his name? It was
Well, I've got the names here.
Yeah, you got the- yeah.
Hellwings. Hellwings was like the kind of the
biter.
not- no, he was the mean. He was the mean one. Demon Feathers. She was the biter.
That's the one.
Thunderplume and Silverbill were the ones that were good. I named them accordingly.
So yeah, it takes you about 2 hours. It's by this point getting late in the day. It's sort of the middle of the afternoon now.
During that time, Steele would have liked to have visited the blacksmith
Okay.
and inquired about a large amount of steel.
Okay. So
Not actually a large amount, kind of a medium amount of steel.
you meet with Eldrass Tantar. Hello.
I require materials.
Okay, we can forge you a great many things.
Not forge, I require materials.
You want to buy raw materials.
I require steel.
Okay, how much?
About enough
To create a dog.
to create an animal around this height. I'm making a sculpture.
He just sort of looks and then turns back and just shouts into the room, Lefray! And a woman of about the same age, greying hair, 40 to 50 years old,
Cool.
comes out. Yes? This man wants a lot of steel. He is building a sculpture.
Of an animal about this big indicates the same height again.
Yes, of an animal about this height, and he holds his hand out to the same height. And the woman just kind of looks from him to you to him, and then just pulls out a notepad that she had tucked into an apron. Well, we don't have quite that much steel in at the moment, but I could make the rounds. It will take us a day, maybe two, to talk to our suppliers. Could you come back?
Unsure.
I can give you, or we can sell you, I'm not going to give away our stock. We can give you what we have to spare at the moment. It might be able to get you started.
I'll take what you have at the moment. And if you can speak to your suppliers, that'd be useful.
Yes, okay. Just specifically steel, will no other solid metals...
Steel.
Okay. I don't really know, how do I work out steel prices?
There is in the DM's guide. Really, it might actually be in the player's handbook, actually.
Okay. 4 gold pieces for some steel. How much steel is that, though, please?
It must be at least like, what do you think? Like not a pound, but
Cost per pound. Yes, thank you.
4 gold per pound.
4 gold per pound.
That's not bad.
Uh,
How much do you weigh?
that's a very good question as well.
It weighs a pound.
I mean, the thing that is making.
I'm making a thing, y'all.
You gotta do math. Do math, Sean.
Medium creatures, I don't know about.
Google the weight of an average dog.